blessings from the Almighty. May I request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the lamp. Thank you. We all feel blessed indeed. May I request our dignitaries to kindly be seated. To express our gratitude and love, may I kindly request our Director, ICR National Research Center on Mithun, Dr. M.H. Khan, to kindly felicitate our special guest, Sri Nebak Korno, Honorable Minister of Planning and Coordination, Land Revenue and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Nagaland, with a shawl, Mithun statue, and a bouquet. I would also like to request our Director to kindly felicitate Dr. Abhijit Mitra, Director ICR CIRC Meerut and former Director ICR National Research Center on Mithun, with a bouquet, a shawl, and a Mithun statue. Next, may I also request our Director to kindly felicitate our guest of honor, Sri Y. Kiketo Sema, IAS Agriculture Production Commissioner and Commissioner and Secretary to Government of Nagaland, with a bouquet, a shawl, and a statue. It is indeed a pleasure to have Madam Swati Mitra, wife of Dr. Abhijit Mitra, in our midst, who came all the way from Meerut for this function. May I request our Director to kindly felicitate our Madam with a shawl and a bouquet. Next, there is a second round of felicitation from KVK Porba, which I may invite Dr. T. Esther Longkumar, Senior Scientist and Head in Charge, ICR KVK PEG, ICR NRC on Mithun, to kindly felicitate our Chief Guest, Sri Nebak Korno, Honorable Minister of Planning and Coordination. Next, may I also request Madam Esther to kindly felicitate Dr. Abhijit Mitra, Director ICR CRC of Meerut and former Director ICR National Research Center of Nagaland. I would also like to request Madam Esther to kindly felicitate Sri Y. Kiketo Sema, IAS Agriculture Production Commissioner and Commissioner and Secretary to Government of Nagaland. The third round of felicitation will be from Manipur Society. May I request Sri E. Yorar Kamkulan, Kamchung District, to kindly felicitate our chief guest, Sri Nebak Korno, Honorable Minister of Planning and Coordination. Kamkulan, Kamchung District from Manipur. also request E. Younger to kindly felicitate our Director, Dr. Abhijit Mitra, ICR, CRC Meerut, and former Director, ICR, National Research Center, Mithun, Nagaland. Next, to kindly facilitate Shri Y. Kikato Sema, IAS Agriculture Production Commissioner and Commissioner and Secretary to Government of Nagaland. And Shri E. Younger would like to felicitate our Director, Dr. M.H. Khan, National Research Center on Mithun, Nagaland. May I take the pleasure of requesting our Director, ICR National Research Center on Mithun, Dr. M.H. Khan, to welcome the gathering.
Very warm welcome and good morning to all of you. At the very outset, I would like to congratulate all the staff of ICR NRC Mithun and those who are associated with ICR NRC Mithun for successfully completing the 35 years of its existence. And to commemorate this occasion, we have with us today a very special guest, Shri Niba Kurunuji, Honorable Minister of Planning, Coordination, Land Resource and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Nagaland. Shri Niba is a very grassroots public leader and he has been elected 3-4 times from Fuziro constituency and he is very much concerned about the farmers. Sir, I am very thankful for accepting our invitation and thank you, sir, for coming over here and we welcome you, sir. We also have with us very dynamic and well-known personality, Shri Keketu Simaji, Agriculture Production Commissioner, Commissioner Secretary, Government of Nagaland. Sir, you have been visiting our institute frequently and many occasions you have visited here. You are very much concerned about the farmers, very dynamic. Sir, I welcome you in this institute. We also have with us today our former director, most respected, Dr. Abhijit Mitra. And Madam Mitra, sir, we are happy and we are very pleased we are here. Sir is very dynamic. When he was here the last 5 years, he initiated several new things and we are just carrying it forward. And on this occasion, I want to announce you one more thing, but very important thing, that Dr. Mitra has been appointed as Animal Husbandry Commissioner, Government of India, and he will be joining very soon. Congratulations to And we also have with us many dignitaries, Colonel Mohammad Zabiullah from Assam Rifles, Mesifema, General Manager NABARD, Madam Yakalao, Vice Chancellor St. Joseph University, Controller St. Joseph University, and Dr. Arun Kumar Sangwan from Veterinary College, Jaluki, and faculties and students from Patkai Christian College, students from St. Joseph University, and resource person from SBI, farmers, most important things, farmers from Arunachal Pradesh, and farmers from Manipur. Some of the farmers have also come from the Nagaland, different villages. Dear students, thank you very much. This institute was established in the year 1987 on 15th of October in the village Korba of the Fake district. 1987 to 1994, the institute was run from the Shillong ICR Research Complex, Parpani. And then in 1994, the institute was shifted to Phek village, Phek district of Korban village. But due to some reason, after 3 years, it again shifted to ICR Research Complex, Nagaland Center. There we worked for 5 years, and in this current building, we have come in 2003, and since then we are working. Mithun, as you know, is a very specious and very rare bovine species, which are found in very limited geographical area. If you see the geographical map, it is distributed in the southern slope of Eastern Himalayas. And it is found only in 5 countries: Bhutan, India, China, Myanmar, and Bangladesh. And we are proud, we are privileged that we have the research center in Nagaland, and this center is the only center in the world which is dedicated for the research and development of meat. So we are very privileged. Population-wise, if you see, the maximum population of Mithun is found in India only, and other countries there are population, but official there is no record available. Since its inception, since last 35 years, we have worked for the development of Mithun, propagation of Mithun, and conservation of Mithun. You know, before the inception of this institute, Mithun was reared like a jungle system, and it was more like a ceremonial animal only. At the time of certain occasions, at the time of marriages, festivals, we used to sacrifice the animal, and there was no commercial angle involved with the platform. Since the inception of this institute, we worked from the scratches. We have studied in detail about the morphology, about the anatomy, the physiology, biology, nutritional requirement, housing requirement, reproduction, all the aspects we studied, and we documented and published the data in the form of various national and international journals. Not only that, we have also published many books, many bulletin, research bulletin, technical bulletin, monographs, extension folder for the farmers, and apart from this, the institute has developed several technologies which are highly useful for the development of Mithun and for improving the livelihood of Mithun. I am not going in detail about the technologies what we have developed, but 1 or 2 points I want to emphasize is, first is the development of economically viable production system for Mithun. As you know, in the ancient time, the Mithun was reared in the open system, jungle system. There was no recording available. The Mithun used to die because of the diseases, because of the predators attack, and sometimes Mithun are also, without attending by the farmers, they used to die. There was no intervention of nutrition, supplementation. There was no selective breeding. There was no record keeping. So, in these circumstances, it was a low input, low output type of system. What we have developed in those years, we have developed a model that is called semi-intensive rearing model. And we took the 3-pronged strategy, that is, first is the minimizing the losses through mortality, which occurred due to mortality, by fencing the area, barbed wire, through providing shelter, so that the mortality which occurs predators attack is minimized. We also minimize the mortality which occurred due to the diseases like FMD, other bacterial, viral, and parasitic diseases, through regular vaccination and deworming. We also improved our production system through nutritional intervention. We have developed a low-cost feed formula, which is very cheap and gives the best growth rate. We also developed area-specific mineral mixture that is highly useful for growth as well as for reproduction. And third strategy was the diversified use of Mithun. Earlier we used to use Mithun only for the meat purpose, but now we have shown that Mithun can be used not only for meat, but also for the milk purpose, also for the trout purpose, and also we can use the hide of the skin. That is very good for it. Second point which I would like to emphasize is the role of Mithun in the ecosystem conservation, which is generally overlooked by us. You see, Mithun when lives in the jungle and Mithun are reared on community basis, that jungle is considered as a reserve forest. No human activity is allowed, no cutting of trees are allowed in that jungle. That means we are protecting our forest, we are protecting our flora or fauna when Mithun is there. Mithun dung is distributed in the jungle, that means the fertility of the soil is increasing, water holding capacity of the soil is increasing, as well as Mithun dung is also increased the fertility of the soil. So that means we are conserving our soil, we are conserving our water, we are conserving our forest, our flora and fauna. No systematic studies have been done to find out the effect of the Mithun on ecology or ecosystem that we need to develop. So I will not take much time, but there are other speakers also. So once again, I congratulate all of you and thank you.
As our director rightly said, yes, Mithun is a nature's gardener. Thank you, sir, for your welcome address. I take immense pleasure in requesting our guest of honor, Dr. Abhijit Mitra, Director ICR CRC Meerut and former Director ICR NRC and Mithun for the foundation lecture.
Most respected today's chief guest, C. Honorable Niba Prono, Honorable Minister of Planning and Development, special guest, Sri K. Sema, Agricultural Production Commissioner, my beloved younger brother and very esteemed colleague and director of this institute, Dr. Miraj Haidar Khan, Dr. Gandadurai, Vice Chancellor of St. Joseph University, Colonel Jabulullah, Ms. Ao, General Manager of NABARD, Professor Sangwan, very senior colleague from Jaluki Veterinary College, Mrs. Mitra, my esteemed colleague of NRC Mithun, all the farmers and different key persons and joined from different organizations and has come from Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, and different parts of Nagaland. My colleagues of KVK FEC, the lady Esther, Dr. Esther, single-handedly fighting a place like FEC, and ladies and gentlemen. You know, standing over here after a gap of 2 years as a guest gives you a different feeling. This institute is to be my institute, is to call. Even yesterday evening, when I was referring, someone was talking, I told Hamara Mithun Institute ka something I told. So one of my colleagues jokingly pointed out, "Sir, abhi bhi aap Hamara bolta hai?" Yes, because when you spend almost 5 years, more than 5 years in a place like Nagaland, and I was referring our Honorable Minister and APC Saab, the day I got my appointment letter for Mithun, that evening there was around 20 people, they came to my house and they thought that I have done something wrong in my profession and I have been shunted to Nagaland. And they were not willing to believe that it is a promotion. So that kind of a message is in there in the society, because when you go out, people think about Nagaland is insurgency, Nagaland of many other things, but they don't understand the beauty of Nagaland and Northeast as such. Thanks, Dr. Khan and all the colleagues of NRC Mithun. You have given me this opportunity to come again after a gap of 2 years. And nice to see when you come from the airport, you see the sea change in Chunuk. you see shops like Reliance Trend and Smart and then Domino's and whatnot and all. Now, why I'm telling this, you know, this also has an importance because when a scientist is posted over here, his first job is to catch hold of some politician and get himself or herself transferred to the university, right? Anyway, since my and another difficult job you have given me to deliver a foundation day lecture. So let me start with the congratulating each one of you, including me, that we have completed 35 glorious years of this institute. And this is not a very small period. We have a period of insurgency, we have a period of so much of difficulties, remoteness, and whatnot. And many of the time we used to tell jokingly, as soon as the strength of scientific staff of NRC Mithun will go above 10, immediately 3 people will be transferred. So every time we are 9, we are very happy. As soon as it goes 10, 3 or 4 will be transferred. So this is the situation we used to work. And I think this institute plays a significant role because this institute is exclusively mandated to work on a species which is a very unique bioresource of the world. When I say world, because this is one species, I don't know how many of you know, a Mithun calf born at when it is born, it is around 20 to 25 kilograms. And it grows into 500 kilo in 5 years without consuming any of the feed and fodder, any of the things which we consume. It does not eat maize, it does not eat gehu, it does not eat rice, it does not eat anything which we consume. The people who are rearing pigs and poultry, they are facing the problem of cost of maize. Cost of maize is skyrocketing, right? And no more the pig industry and the poultry industry is any more profitable or that much profitable because of the increased cost of the feed. Now here is the animal, 25 to 500 kilo without consuming or without competing any of the feed resources which we can. So it's unique. Second thing, it only eats trees and bushes which other animal cannot eat. It lives in a jungle where other animals cannot move, it moves, and it also lob the trees. You know, it takes the tree branches. So it acts as a gardener. So you don't need to send a saw or something to the forest and cut the trees. And then, whether you have to feast, whether it's a political feast, whether it's a religious feast, or anything, you need a Mithun to sacrifice. And I must tell you, as a director of the NRC Mithun, sometimes I used to consider myself more privileged than anybody else in Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh when Chief Minister office will directly call on my mobile, Dr. Mitra, can you send me one? Oh, no, sir, Mithun is not there. And I can refuse. You know, that is a kind of prestige you have. And it is the only species in India which has got in the emblem of 2 states, Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland. Cow is a holy animal for whole India, but it does not find a place in any of the state emblem. Mithun is in the emblem of 2 states. There are many things I can keep on going. Another thing, I was just sitting here and I was also telling in my room, you know, this stage represented by 3 religions. I am a Hindu by birth. I specifically tell by birth because I don't know whether I would have changed in hospital. I would have taken by a Muslim parents, I would have been a Muslim. So by birth I am a Hindu, he is a Muslim, and the 2 gentlemen are Christian. If you offer a pig to Muslim, he cannot consume. I cannot consume cow meat. But when it comes to Mithun, It is a highly secular, fully secular, no problem. Anybody can eat. So if you have a secular meat anywhere in the country, that is a myth. And we must realize it and we must promote it. And it is naturally organic. People are now paying, if you go to Delhi, same rack, potato is kept, 10 rupees kilo, another rack, 50 rupees kilo, just written, organically grown. People are buying. And they are mixing with so many other pesticides, but they are eating potato which is organic. Mithun is naturally organic, 100% organic. And I will request APC Saab and our Honorable Minister, if you have to develop Nagaland for anything, take the tourism. Why people cannot come to in Nagaland to see Mithun? You have got a very big festival, Hornbill Festival, sir. And there is not a single hornbill. Anyone in Nagaland? Why can't you think of having a Mithun festival? Or at least having a Mithun stall somewhere? I think Keja will remember once we tried. And we have been given a stall which is very corner, remote place of the Hornbill festival. Because they thought that Mithun is not important. When Naga people, which is a state emblem, when we think that Mithun is not important, anybody coming from Delhi, they cannot help. So Mithun festival, why don't you have a Mithun day? Why don't you have a one day for some dishes? Maybe there are many good chefs in Nagaland. I know. Why not Niyathul Ishwar can be requested to make a Mithun meat festival? You prepare different kind of a Mithun meat, Mithun products. And finally, I was always worried. It was my one of the worrying, and I'm still worrying. Last time, if you see the census, the population of Nagaland has gone down significantly. And we used to call, I think still that question is there, we have got M for Mithun, M for meat, M for milk, M for money, and we used to even jokingly tell M for Mikey, because you have to, if you have to marry, you want to have some Mithun with you. Now Naga people are exchanging buffalo. How you can exchange buffalo for money? You can't. It is not allowed, but you are still doing because you don't have Mithun with you. Sir, another importance, Mithun can be diversifiedly used. It can be today you have consumed milk, I think, for the first time. Agriculture Production Commission, I think, lucky to have 3 times. But those are not to be offered only in small cup. We can make a Mithun milk in a bigger bottle. We can sell it. We can give the tourists, and your tourism places. People doesn't come to Nagaland to go to Kohima only to the War Memorial. You can have a showcasing of one place where Mithun can be shown. They can be allowed to offer salt or something, and you can charge. In US, people are charging $100 per hour for cow hugging. Just you hug a cow and you have to pay $100. Or you can have a Mithun hugging or something like that. You place the people with a traditional dress and you promote Mithun as a tourism. And sir, another thing I must draw your kind attention, all those farmers also. Mithun cannot be run on a story. I am a good storyteller, I guess, and I tell good stories, but that will not run the business. To run the business, we have a business plan, and we have a banking schemes, we have insurance in place, and it should be commercially viable. And to that, we need someone from the Nagaland state government and all the state government. I was talking to APC South today. When you have an agricultural production commissioner of all the states, maybe Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Manipur, and Nagaland, 4 of you, why can't you develop a Mithun kind of a committee, and senior most of you can be a chairman, and then you decide what should be the policy for Mithun promotion as a commercial act. Dr. Khan was telling, when we tried to develop a bankable scheme, we had a great meeting with NABARD people. They came several times. We visited several times. We have got all the meeting with all the state banking people and other people. First thing they told, Mithun scheme cannot be done because there is no insurance. Then we talked to insurance people. They develop insurance scheme. Now I think Khan told that bankable scheme is almost done. Mithun meat has been already gazetted notified by FSI that Mithun meat is a food animal. Now the time has come. Another thing, sir, I want to tell both of you, sir. When a person comes from Delhi, say animal husbandry department, our animal husbandry department of Nagaland, they are only interested of pig and poultry. And sometimes if they ask also, what about your Mithun? That's now what Mithun Banai. And only they show this this Mithun farm. And that too on the way to airport. Or they most of the times they come to Mithun center just to use washroom. Because those days roads were so bad, it used to take 3 hours. So they will come here, use the washroom and Mithun. This cannot run. This we have to be very serious about. Sir, this is my last story I would like to tell you, and I think I must tell you. I told this all several times and repeat it. Mithun, as a tradition, we have a tradition to sacrifice a Mithun, which is the best one, the mightiest, the biggest one. Before that, I'll tell a story of our late Defense Minister, Parikar sir. There's a story of watermelon. I don't know how many of you heard it. Parikar sir told that his village was famous for watermelon. And he told when after 30 years or 40 years down the line, when he went back to his village, he found that watermelon size has reduced to the tennis ball or little bigger than it. So he was very surprised and he asked what happened. Then he remembered, its publication has come in many newspapers, he remembered during his childhood there used to be a watermelon eating competition and only the kids used to participate. And only thing what he used to do, you have to eat as many as watermelon you can eat and you have to spit the seeds without biting in a bucket. So competition is to be judged by how many you have eaten and what is the quantity of seed you have spit up. Okay? And that competition, people used to offer the biggest possible watermelon to the kids. And that seeds used to be the seed for the next year watermelon. Now what happened? People went to the agriculture college from the village. People become much more educated. They wear pant, jacket, Modi jacket and all those things. WhatsApp University came up. Joseph sir, another big problem is the WhatsApp University. That vice chancellor is creating havoc in WhatsApp University. Nobody is listening vice chancellor of the other university, only they are listening the WhatsApp University. Now, those people they came and they told, no, the biggest one should be sent to the market because it will bring more money. So they offered the kids the smallest one. But they forgot to change one thing. They are still using that spitted watermelon. So slowly watermelon size become small. I have apprehensions. One day will come when our Nagaland Mithun will be look like a goat. Why? Sir, I need to tell further. So unless we stop the sacrificing the biggest and mightiest one for the feast, that should be kept for breeding. Then only and only then Mithun can be grown bigger. And finally, I request all the entrepreneurs who have come from different places and the minister and APC is so active that I must request that we should have a one meeting here in this institute with your leadership, where all the veterinary officials should come and join, NABARD and all people can join, devise a policy, and whatever we can do as a people from Delhi and the government of India, we are ready to this. And with this, let us take this opportunity and take a pledge that we will do whatever possible to bring back the Mithun in a real glory. And God will be with us to make Mithun become a sustainable and promising entrepreneur. And there will be many entrepreneurs will come which will sell some Mithun products, and maybe in that place which is called Delhi Heart. Why don't we can have some Mithun momo or some Mithun meat or some Mithun products? Why not? With this hope, and Dr. Khan, thank you again, and thank all of you giving me this opportunity to come along with my wife and to smell the good flavor and feel air after a long time. Last 2 years my air quality was something, not to mention. And when my flight was coming, as soon as it crossed, I think Bagdogra or somewhere, the sky color changed, water changed, everything got changed, and I can breathe easily. And then it said that reminded me that what is the importance of good air, because I can buy anything probably in Delhi, but I will not be able to buy good air. So with this, thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
As Sir has rightly said, Mithun is the pride of Northeastern Hill region and Nagaland in particular. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your knowledge and your kind words of wisdom. Next, may I invite our guest of honor, Sri Y. Keto Sema IAS, Agriculture Production Commissioner and Commissioner and Secretary to the Government of Nagaland for the Foundation Day lecture.
Most respected Honorable Minister for Planning and Coordination, Parliamentary Affairs and Revenue, Sri Nibakruno, Dr. Khan, Director of this institute, Dr. Mitra, former Director and Commissioner, now Commissioner Secretary, Commissioner to the Government of India, Department of Veterinary, his lady wife, the General Manager of NABARD, Vice Chancellor of St. Joseph University, Professor from the Veterinary College from Chaluki, Commandant Assam Rifle Nizapima, farmers from Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya and Nagaland, friends from media and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank Almighty God for blessing us this beautiful day. And on behalf of the Government of Nagaland and on behalf of Agri and Allied Department, consists of 10 departments, I appreciate the contribution of ICR Mithun for the last 35 years for the people of our state and for the people of the Northeast, particularly for Arunachal, Nagaland, Manipur, and Meghalaya. Dr. Mitra has stated so many things about the past and the way forward. And I appreciate your suggestion. And we will definitely try to have a coordination meeting. And I would like to request Dr. Khan also that to have a coordination with veterinary department. On my part, I will also convey the same to the veterinary department about the way forward, not only for state, but for the other Northeast state for the benefit of our farming community. As you are all aware that Mithun is a wonderful and unique bovine species of the hill people. And I still remember 46 years back when my father took me to a Mithun farm in my own native village, Rotomi. It is way back in 1976. And he told me that the importance of Mithun, the prestigious about the Mithun, and it occupies an esteemed position above all the livestock for the Nagas and for the people of Arunachal and Meghalaya and Manipur. And it remains an inseparable part in terms of socio-economic values and cultural tradition. And as you are aware that Mithun is well adapted anatomically and physiologically both in the warm and coldest climatic conditions. And as I've stated that it is prestigious and as Dr. Mitra has rightly stated, visualizing the importance of the Mithun, visualizing its prestigious, the state government, Nagaland, has decided to use Mithun as a state emblem. Traditionally, as Dr. Mitra has stated, Mithun is, raised in situ, that is naturally, and it does not invest much money actually. Farmers, they need not invest much money or value addition investment for feeds, and it is under the natural forest in the semi-wild state. But now is the time that we need to see whether it is sustainable or not. And we need to plan out upscaling the productivity of the Mithun by the technological intervention is required now, whereby the existing rearing system shifting from traditional system to semi-intensive system of rearing that we have discussed a while ago, but maintaining its original breeding track by facilitating the following. That is my observation. While we encourage that the originality should be maintained, we should also ascertain whether it is going to be sustainable in the years to come. There is a concern, and I was sharing this with Agri and Allied Department. There is a huge decline of forest in Nagaland, and Nagaland is the highest decline of forest for the last couple of years, to the tune of 235 square kilometer decline of forest in our state. And when the population is growing, and especially after post-pandemic, when huge returning to the tune of 20,000 they have come back to our state, in order to see the sustainable, the young people, They are not attracted to the traditional way of cultivation. I keep telling that the zoom and shift in cultivation that we practice in our state or most of the United States of Northeast India, it's the way of our cultivation is not adequately included or in any curriculum or syllabus of any university in our country nor in the world. The system of cultivation is very unique and very labor intensive. So our young people, instead of doing that, they go for a chopping of forest for firewood, they go for a timber, and huge development is taking place. So there is a huge decline. And as Dr. Mitra has rightly stated also, these are the concern for all of us to address. The population of Mithun in Nagaland for the last 4 years has decreased to the tune of 43%. If you see the census of population in the year 2003, in Nagaland we had 40,452. In 2003, let me repeat, the figure was 40,452. Now it has reduced down to 23,123. 23,123 in 2020. So there is a huge reduction to the tune of 43%. And I agree with Dr. Mitra. How can we claim to be our state emblem when there is a huge decrease of Mithun, and a day will come that if the present trend continues, we may not find much Mithun in our state. And the very objective of the Mithun as our state emblem will be defeated. So this is a concern for us. So while traditional method of rearing, we need to focus on some of the areas like providing shelters, developing of watershed area for the Mithuns, providing drinking facility, because I remember Mithuns, they cross across the mountains, valleys in search of a water availability. So water should be available not only for the human being but even for Mithun. And developing of vaccination ramps or salt feed yard that we have seen, and so happy that within a short period of time you have developed. I think that is going to be economically and that is going to be feasible also. So these are the areas. And the concern why the Mithun population is decreasing could be because of as I stated, decline in forest coverage is one of the area. The second is high rate of killing by the wolf and the tiger in the far-flung areas. As an APC, I have traveled throughout the land and breadth of the state, and that is also an issue raised by the farming community. And as we have discussed a while ago, many Mithun, when the population increases, especially in the winter, they go across the boundary to other villages, other areas, and they destroy their farms, they destroy the crops, they destroy the plantation. And in revenge of that, the council used to have rules that any Mithun which comes and destroy the farming of other villages, they have a license to kill, they have a license to impose huge penalties, and because of that, it also discouraged the farming to go for an expansion. It's about a couple of weeks back, villagers from Kukshe village from Agnato, they came and met me with huge members of the GBs and village councils. And they have shared a concern that in their village, perhaps could be the highest population of Mithun in the Simi area or even in Nagaland. They have about 600 Mithuns. But since the population is increasing, they go to the other area and destroy the crop of others. And they have stated that about 20% of the population used to be, sacrificed, killed by the neighboring villages or impose huge fine. So they were of the view that whether there is any schemes, whether there is any, assistance that could be provided by the government. And Mr. Mitra, Dr. Mitra is here that you are going to take over as a commissioner. I think in the days to come, we need to plan out the policies and programs which will be viable and feasible and beneficial to our people. You will agree with me that there are many CSS schemes which is designed in the capital without visualizing the topographical, geographical condition of the United States of Northeast India. They designed a policy, agriculture policy, which is feasible and viable for Rajasthan, for UP, from Bihar or Chandigarh. So some of the schemes are not viable to us. But the Mithun project is specifically for the Northeast and for Nagaland, Arunachal, Manipur, and Mizoram, Meghalaya. So I think you are the right person since you have been posted here. You know the topographical, geographical conditions so that you should, and we have hope on you that you will be able to plan out the policies and programs which is going to be viable for our people. I'm also happy to know that, and it should be a, bankable project. Mithun, the government of India, and we may have to plan out for the Mithun farmers a kind of a project which is almost interest-free loan. Otherwise, the Mithun, it gives only once in a year, right? So for the period of, returning, the period of the moratorium should be more, and it should be bankable. So these are few concern and suggestion with the presence of Honorable Minister Srini Bakrunu, who is also one of the senior most and very vibrant. Sir, perhaps we may have to have a discussion under the planning department if there could be any fund that could be provided to the Mithun farmers in the days to come, so that from traditional also we will preserve it. But along with that, if you can increase semi-intensive system that we have visited in the morning, so that side by side the same villagers, whether it is Porba, whether it is Kukshe, whether it is Konoma, any villagers can do both traditional as well as semi-intensive system, so that it will be a win-win situation. And on the part of, yes, I fully agree with Mr. Mitra, and I'm also a person to be blamed, because when my late father told me that Mithun is a prestigious and that is in the blood of all of us, within a span of about 34 years as an officer of the state government, I think about 27 Mithun has sacrificed for me actually. So I'm also a victim of it. And whenever I go to Konoma, whenever I go to other villages, I used to impose that the best of the best Mithuni Patabi. Any kind of rep we will provide. I think that is very wrong. And we need to realize that the best of the best should be preserved for the future, generation. And I keep insisting on the farmers and requesting the farmers and most importantly the mothers to continue to be the best sheep keepers. The best of the best maize, the best of the best millet or paddy should be preserved for next year. But with the agriculture as a business enterprises, the best of the best product or the fruits or vegetables we are sent to the market for selling, but the market people who buy it are not preserving the best quality for the next year. So I think that all of us should create an awareness in the minds of our people. Sopra pahalu latu next year karni rakibo lagi. Whether it is method, whether it is fruits and vegetables and the crops, we should preserve for the future generation. And once again, I would like to thank Dr. Khan for inviting me, and within a span of 2.5 years as an APC, this is the 4th time I'm back to ICR, and the 5th will be within the next month. I think we will have again a coordination meeting with the veterinary, ICR, and all the related department for the way forward for the benefit of our state as well as other mutton farmers of the Northeast. And I would like to request all the farmers from Arunachal, from Meghalaya, and from Mizoram and Manipur, please give our best regards, love and regards to all the people of your state. Thank you. God bless all of you.
Thank you, sir, for your concern and attachment about Mithun since childhood. We hope that in future, Mithun population will be increased too with your support. On this 35th Foundation Day, we take the pleasure of distributing awards to the best Mithun farmers and best semi-intensive Mithun rearing model to the Mithun Society. Till now, we have a total of 110 Mithun societies registered with the institute, out of which 22 is from Arunachal Pradesh, 25 from Mizoram, 7 from Manipur, and 56 from Nagaland. We have established 36 semi-intensive Mithun rearing model under tribal sub-plan, which inputs like CGI sheet, barbed wire, traverse, mineral block, and dispenser has been given. Vaccination against FMD and gear tagging method has also been done, and farmers training are done regularly by the institute. The advantage of it is that the Mithun will be safe from the predators and from the infectious disease like FMD, and scientific feeding is also done under semi-intensive system. Overseeing the adoption and progress of our technology for establishing semi-intensive Mithun rearing, we have selected 2 best Mithun societies to receive the award. May I kindly request the dignitaries to come down for distributing the awards for the Best Mithun Farmers Award and the Best Mithun Societies Award. For the Best Mithun Farmers Award, I would like to request our special guest, Sri Neba Kornu, Honorable Minister of Planning and Coordination, to distribute the award. For the Best Mithun Farmers Award, may I call upon Sri Hong Kong Yamir, son of Tai Yamir from Kichang Village, East Kameng District, Arunachal Pradesh. The Best Mithun Farmers Award has been selected on the basis of the maximum number of Mithuns the farmers had. He has been rearing Mithun by the family since generations, and at present he has owned 20 numbers of Mithun individually or by the family support. Second is Sri Chuba Herang, son of Hezong Herang Baki Sedapati Village, Manipur, Sri Chuba. He has owned 10 number of mithuns in his village, which he has reared mithun since generations. For the best semi-intensive mithun rearing model, I would like to call Porba Mithun Farmer Society, Head District, Nagaland. For this, may I call upon Vino Duzudo to receive the award on behalf of the society. From Tenin Mithun Society, may I call upon Mr. Namik Chawang from Parent District to receive the best semi-intensive mithun rearing model. Next is for the Best Employee Award in the Institute. May I request our guest of honor, Shri Y. Kiketo Sema IAS Agriculture Production Commissioner, to give away the awards. We have 3 categories for the employee. The first one is in the supporting category, goes to Shri K.D. Chaudhary, Skill Supporting Staff, Medicine, Pema. The next Best Employee Award in the supporting category goes to Shri Vejacho Heshu, Skill Supporting Staff, Porba. Now the Best Employee Award in the technical category goes to Dr. Bukhate, Chief Technical Officer, Medzi Pema. And the next Employee Award in the technical category goes to Dr. Esther Long Kumar Porba, Senior Scientist and in charge of Porba. Now the Best Employee Award in the administrative category goes to Sri Tokcham Dipal Mete, Assistant Administrative Officer, NRC Mithun, Nagaland. For distributing the inputs to the Mithun farmers, may I request Dr. Abhijit Mitra, ICR CRC Mayor Director and former Director, to distribute the inputs to the farmers of Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and Nagaland. For Nagaland, may I call upon Mr. Namik Chowang to receive the input materials like gumboot, raincoat, bags, and mineral block with a dispenser. Other materials will be distributed outside, and this will be just a representative from various states. May I call upon Mr. Namik Chowang from Nagaland to receive the input. All the farmers present in the hall will be getting all the inputs, but as a representative from various states, we may give away the gumboots, the dispenser, and the mineral block. From Manipur, may I call upon Shangshan Singlai to receive the input materials. And from Arunachal, may I call upon Mr. Tage Yabe to receive the input materials. From Arunachal, Mr. Tage Yame. Thank you, sir. May I request all the dignitaries to take a seat on the dais. With pride, passion, and enthusiasm, we NRC on Mithun family is happy to announce the success story of establishment of Semen Bank and implementation of artificial insemination in Mithun and semi-intensive Mithun rearing implemented under the tribal sub-plan. Now, may I request all the dignitaries on the dais to release the success story. This success story will be a useful tool for the Mithun farmers in aspect of Mithun husbandry and for sustaining their livelihood. Next is semi-intensive Mithun farming implemented under the tribal sub-plan. Moving on to our next program, we feel honored to have with us Sri Neba Korno, Honorable Minister of Planning and Coordination, Land Revenue and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Nagaland in our midst. We are indeed very delighted for accepting our request, sir. May I kindly invite our respected special guest for his speech.
Thank you, Chairperson. Respected Dr. Dinesh Khan, Director, ICR, NRC, Nagaland, Dr. Abhijit Mitra and his lady wife, my friend, Mr. Tiketo, IS, DC. I'm glad that our friends from St. Joseph College, Vice Chancellor, is also here with us. Then our GM, Nabar Yakala is also here. Friends, this committee, professors, officers of this ICAR, farmers from Arunachal, Manipur, and Nagaland, friends, media friends, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be here in your midst. And today, I'm really impressed of what the NRC is doing in this research center after this inauguration of this cement processing laboratory. We have visited the Mithun Marine Center. It is very, very impressive. And now Mithun really have to be a profession of many farmers. I think it was in the year 1995 or 96. Mithun was something a little bit new to me. Then, at that point of time, I was the president of the Naga Students Federation, and then I went to Arunachal. And that point of time, even this Dalai Lama also came to Arunachal. And from there, they have told me that Mithun is a very prestigious for all of us. So from there, I've come to know more about this Mithun. Today, our Arunachal fans, we are here. You are looking beautiful. You are doing good. And Manipur, Nagaland also have to improve. Well, my friend Dr. Poku called up when I was there in Delhi last week to come here and see your research center. I was quite a little bit uncertain because of these political talks and others. We were a little bit busy, but I said as far as possible I'll come and see. And for me, when we talk about the farmers, when we talk about the economy, I'm always there. And when this research center is the only research center in the world, how proud we are. And we're lucky that Mithun, it exists in our place. You see, if I ask you about the northeastern states, what cannot grow in northeastern states? If I ask you, what will you reply? I think it will be very difficult for you to reply. What cannot grow in the northeast? Anything can grow, except some of the desert species. Anything can grow. Then if I ask you, what Mithun is not eating? What does he don't eat? Mithun eat everything. So that means, you see, when anything can grow, and when Mithun can eat anything, then why don't we go for rearing of this Mithun? As pointed out by Dr. Mitra, this is a secular food, a highly secular food. I agree with you. So I was just in Delhi last week. I was asking one of my friends, so the significance of Mithun in India, how it is now. Then my friend told me that now in India, even a person like Ambani, he has started rearing Mithun. So is it true? Confirm it. Because I have to tell to the people whether it's true or no. So then they say, yes, Ambani have started. In Gujarat, I have. So that means, you see, when a person like Ambani is initiative, I think it is time for us to pay attention in this bringing up the population of this region. And especially a place like Northeast. This can replace the June cultivation also. But as my friend Kiyoto was saying, earlier days, we were rearing in a wild, in the thick forest. But the Mithun, the way they go around, the coverage is very wide. My friend Dr. Rosapra is here. We have started in 2011, Mithun Rari, in my village forest. Then after that, after some time, the population had increased. But since we could not give fencing, it went to different places in other parts of the village and then destroyed the whole thing. So then the other side, they have raised a complaint and we had to face lots of problems because of that. And then the villagers say, we cannot pay penalty, fine to these villagers, so we have to do something. So that was the time where we find it difficult. But now after this, all these semis and then this insemination and punishment, yeah. So I think this is, you have done a great job. Your research have proved that it is possible. We have seen, and in this manner, if we are to go for rearing of Mithun, I think this will really give enough income to the farmers. So, there are a few species like evergreen trees. I think we have to identify. As discussed in the morning, few evergreen trees, be it a 50 type, which is of this one, of big leaf, but it grows throughout the whole year. Or even like jackfruit, it is something like the evergreen tree. So few I think you have to identify few more conflicts so that you can tell the players to grow succeed. And I'm told that even never also is if it is feasible, that will be good also. Now you know here our northeast is known as one of the hottest biodiversity spots. It is a hotspot of this biodiversity. So here we have every spot, and now not only for this, for meat purpose. Today what we have tested, that milk is so tasty. And for tourists, I think this is something where we have to keep it only for tourists. We should not come. Because tourists, they will feel like to test Mithun milk once in their lifetime. Whatever the cost may be. I think it is very unique thing which we have to keep it for the tourists. Now, actually, what is Singapore? Singapore is slightly bigger than Dimapur. But tourists all over the world, they come to Singapore, places like Singapore, Thailand, and others. But now the world is turning into a different, position. People, they are fed up of visiting all those areas. They want to come here. They want to come to Northeast and see. And all these, our plant species and others, these are all the attractions we have. I have also traveled in all the continents except Antarctica. But in many of the countries, as you see, even if we travel kilometers and kilometers, we see only one type of plants or trees. But here we can see different type of plant species. And these all we can provide, we can make something into feeds, and for that, ICR we have done something. So with that, I think now we can start having these Mitu for tourist purpose also. And many of the people, they have not seen Mitu, as it is not that available in many parts of the world. As we say, it is available only in 5 countries. So 5 countries means many people have not seen what is Mitu. This is our state logo. On the part of the government, what is possible that we will try our best. Earlier, in 2011-12, we have encouraged the veterinary department in Nagaland to go for this between breeding in all their available spaces. That's why but at that point of time, the population has increased once, but after some time, it has gone down. But I think now we have to go intensive, and then these have to go for commercial use. So when the population, because when the population, the outside world, surely this is not for their hide and others also, but even for the meat. I think this will be very effective, because when we do meat, it is when it is cooked like a mutton, the taste is just like a mutton. It is just like that. That I have also tasted as prepared by these people, those who are professional in cooking this mutton. It is just like that. Maybe because of that, they got the test. So when they got the test, this being a secular food, I think this is the time where the farmers and others can get lots of income also. I'm happy that farmers, you are doing well. I'm happy you try to produce more because to me, market will not be a problem. Market will not be a problem. So with these few words, I wish ICRR, NRC, and all these director and team members, farmers, and everyone, all the best in your endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words of encouragement, cooperation, and sharing your special thought with us. We are grateful to you, sir, for your endless support for Mithun. Last but not least, may I now again invite Dr. Abhijit Mitra, Director, ICR CRC Meerut, and former Director, NRC Mithun, for his speech.
Honorable Minister, sir, I am back again. This is my request as a former director and one of the profound supporter of Nagaland and Mithun. You see, I don't know whether you have seen there is a statue of Mithun in our Dimapur airport now. Have you noticed it? Yes. So I have got two requests to make. Each of your minister and IS officer should take a photograph in selfie and make it viral. That is one. That will be the gift, and we should clap. I think there should be one. So that you can make it a viral. You know? Is it now days of a viral? And second request, with the humble folded hand. There is a bridge here where you go from Punglo, you know, that Punglo. Yeah, Konga. Can we declare that as a Mithun circle? You have got a corner place, you have got so many circles. Can you put a statue of Mithun and consider the Mithun circle? That is one of my dreams. I am telling my dream. And I am such a believer of God. So for whatever I dream, it comes true. And I tell you the fact. And when a minister and IS officer sitting and in front of so many people, if we make a request, I'm sure that you will give it. And we'll bear the cost of Mithun statue. Only thing we need a permission. That's it. And I think when a minister of planning and development, who else can give a permission? With these two requests, sir, how to hold this? No. This bridge, near the bridge, we put a circle. So that the traffic is going, you know, there's already a place. We just put a Mithun statue so that people who are coming to Nagaland towards going to Kaima, they have a statue of Mithun to see welcome. Land belongs to state government just between the two roads. The two roads. I think state government can give the permission.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, thank you. I am.
Thank you so much, sir. As we come towards the end of our program, may I now invite Dr. Nasrul Haq, Principal Scientist, ICR and RCM, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Very good afternoon, everybody. Really, I'm elated to be present here to present vote of thanks in this meeting. First of all, I would like to thank profusely our
honorable guest, chief guest, say Naiba Kronio, Honorable Minister for Planning and Coordination, Land Revenue and Parliamentary Affairs. Sir, just thrown a question. What Nagaland cannot grow? Really, it is all the heights are there, all the temperatures are there. You can grow. But unfortunately, you can say, sir, Nagaland is such a state. Sometimes in different forums we used to go, we used to see 40 to 60, we have to go for 50 to 40. That means meat production, 40% we are producing here, 60% we are taking from outside. Now we are on the path to be there to 60% we will be producing, almost we are producing, 40% is the deficit. Why not to fill this gap, sir? Sir, most interesting thing is that I belong from West Bengal. If we want to grow soybean, okay, very important crop for animal feed point of view, we cannot do it because temperature it goes beyond 35 degrees Celsius. Nagaland is having ample place to grow. What is that? Soybean, that is Nagadal. We used to produce, sir. If Nagadal is produced sufficiently along with maize, particularly quality protein maize, your feed problem will be solved, sir. Okay, particularly for pig as well as poultry. If we can meet the gap a bit, then the little gap it goes with easily we can meet it. Okay, sir. So we should have some planning. That is most important. Okay, we have to give importance of soybean as well as maize. There is no need of taking this animals like cattle, buffalo, whatever it may be from outside. Thank you. So we can go ahead and have some plan. Then, thank you very much, sir, coming here and inspiring us and working particularly on the state in our initiative. Thank you very much, sir. Then I'd like to thank our guest of honor, Sri Y. Kiketo Sema. This is sir. Sir, you just raised an issue that you sir diverted for deforesting our area. Sir, it is now situation is mutually exclusive. Okay. Our youths, they are not doing proper job, they are just cutting the trees and really those area also we cannot grow properly. That is going to be barren. That is really a task for us. We can't change it, sir. Definitely we can change it. Just diverting our Mithun rearing. Okay, sir. We should go for semi-intensive type of Mithun rearing. Also, it is so that is the way in near future our future commissioner is here. Okay, sir. We should have very plan to really develop our rearing system as well as, sir, we are not visible. We are having we scientists are knowing that we are having the technology. If we don't get support from you people, we cannot show our effective development. That is most important. So, sir, it is our expectation in future definitely we have to have some plans joining so that we can go ahead. All the technologies are we are having, we can go in the future. Thank you very much for coming here and give some inputs to us. Then I would like to profuse to thank our person, Dr. Vijay Mitra. Thank you very much coming with madam. That is most important for us. We are really happy. We have a critically analyzed all the system. Who can do better than me? So, sir, in future endeavor, definitely we will expect that visibility of our institute goes beyond Nagaland state, beyond Northeast. That is most important. We need help from you. Thank you. Thank you for coming here. Then I would like to thank Colonel Muhammad Jabiullah, Commandant Assam Rifles, sir. Nikki, you are very much interested in Mithun. You visited many times, you know, and you came here to the institute. Really Sir, we are grateful to you to be some time for us. Thank you very much. Then Dr. Gano Durai, DC St. Joseph University. Sir, daily we are in close contact now. The students are coming. We are grateful. We have shortage of manpower, sir. If more students come here, definitely we will be more grateful to you. And definitely we are grateful that you came here and made our program successful. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Then Dr. Jaga Gunaranjan, that is controller of examination, St. Joseph University. Sir, thank you very much for coming here. Then I would like to thank Ms. Tiakala Ao, Madam, to consider you one of us. If you were not there, our purpose will not get ready. So thank you, Madam, coming here. That is most important for us. Thank you for property coming to different programs, madam. Then faculty and staff of St. Joseph University, students have come. Thank you very much, sir, for being the students here. Faculty and staff from Patkai College, we are grateful to you people for coming in this program, make it successful. Then I would like to thank Professor A.K. Sangwan. So thank you very much, sir, for coming here and encouraging us in different programs, sir. Thank you very much. Then I would like to thank branch manager SBI. Thank you very much for coming. And then I would like to thank scientists from ICER Complex who came here, and all the staff members are really welcome. Really, we used to compensate each other in different programs. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. Then I would like to thank our director, Coordinator Noel. All the things here. Thank you very much. It's a really well organized program we are having. In future, definitely will be better. Thank you. Then I would like to thank the farmers from AP, Manipur, and Nagaland. Thank you. You are the really main person to be with us. Otherwise, nothing is possible in your institute. Thank you very much. And those farmers and semi-intensive farmers who got the prize, congratulations to them and all the staff members of our institute who got the prize. Then thanks all the scientists, technicals, officials of our institute. Really, you got a very coordinated manner. Thank you. In each and every program, you used to work very hard. Really, you were very few in number, but really you used to work very coordinated. Thank you. Profusely thank you people. Then I would like to thank media person who is covering all this. Otherwise, it will not go beyond our boundaries. That is most important for coming here and make this program successful. Then last of all, I would like to thank, if anybody is left, please excuse me. Thank you all.
To conclude our program, may we all rise up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
May we all remain standing while our dignitaries leave the hall, and all are cordially invited for lunch, which will be served outside. And there is one announcement to be made. 2 tables are set for the lunch. Inside will be for the dignitaries, faculties, and the other officers, and outside will be the farmers, for the farmers and the students. So please kindly take your table when you go outside. Thank you so much, one and all, for coming.